This is episode 106. Welcome to Wellness in Every Season, the podcast where we explore the rich tapestry of wellness in all of its forms. I'm your host, Autumn Carter, a certified life coach turned wellness coach, as well as a certified parenting coach dedicated to empowering others to rediscover their identity in their current season of life. My goal is to help you thrive both as an individual and as a parent. Welcome to episode 106. Titled Living in Harmony with the Seasons of Your Life. I am very excited for today's episode. This is one that I promised you guys 2 weeks ago. Today, we are exploring one of the most transformative concepts in personal growth, the seasons of life. Just like the earth moves through cycles of spring, summer, autumn, and winter, I know, I use my own name, autumn instead of fall, we experience our own inner seasons, periods of growth, rest, reflection, and release. These seasons shape every aspect of our lives, from how we approach wellness to how we show up for our families, pursue our goals, and navigate change. Understanding your current season is a powerful way to create alignment and harmony in your life. It allows you to let go of unrealistic expectations, embrace what your mind and body truly need, and prioritize what matters most. Whether you're a parent trying to balance the chaos of family life, someone focused on rediscovering their identity, or simply striving to create more peace in your day-to-day, knowing your season gives you permission to meet yourself where you are. In this episode, we'll uncover what it means to live in tune with your season. We'll explore how each season influences your energy, priorities, and perspective on wellness. We'll also touch on how understanding your season can help you connect more deeply with your children and loved ones, set realistic goals, and approach life's transitions with grace. Wherever you find yourself today, whether you're in a spring of new beginnings, a summer of thriving, a fall or autumn of release, or a winter of rest, this conversation is for you. Let's dive in and discover the beauty and wisdom of the seasons within us. So the first part that we're going to talk about is embracing winter as a season of rest and reflection. I've been thinking about this topic for a few weeks because honestly, I know I'm not the only one feeling a bit sluggish right now. Winter has a way of slowing us down. It's like the world is inviting us to rest, but it can also leave us feeling tired, unmotivated, or even a little out of sync with ourselves. These are the classic symptoms of wintering, a term that beautifully captures the stillness and introspection that often define the season. And there's a beautiful book on this called Wintering. Love it. Highly recommend it. This time of year is naturally reflective, especially with the turn of the new year. It's a moment when many of us look back on what we've been through and forward to what we hope to create. But let's be honest, getting through the holidays and navigating the darkest, shortest days of the year can be emotionally and physically draining. We've had to dig deep, finding energy to celebrate, connect, and give, even when the season's demands felt overwhelming. For me, this is definitely my winter season. I'm just coming out of it. The slower pace, the shorter days, even the quieter energy in my home have all been calling for me to reflect and rest, which actually is a perfect time to do it right around the new year. But what's fascinating about winter is that it's not just a season to survive, it's one to embrace. Winter offers us a unique opportunity to pause, nurture ourselves, and prepare for the growth that will come in spring. I was recently chatting with Megan Edge. You might remember her from episode 101 because we're collaborating on an exciting book project. I'll tell you more later. But during our planning session, we started talking about this idea of wintering because I mentioned how I was feeling the effects of winter lately and how I was inspired to write a podcast episode about it. Hello. Here we are. She, being the insightful and brilliant person she is, a spiritual life coach, if you're ever interested, shared some amazing thoughts about winter as a season for reflection and renewal. She joked that we might as well call it a podcast episode because of how much we were diving into meaningful topics. After listening back to the recording, I realized her insights were too good not to share with you. So with Megan's permission, I'm thrilled to bring her voice back to the podcast. Let's dive into part of that conversation and hear Megan's perspective on how winter influences our energy and mindset. This is her reflecting on winter as a season of rest and introspection, and it offers us a chance to step back, recharge, and recalibrate our lives, especially after the intensity of the holidays and the darkest days of winter. Let's listen.
I think that when you look at what nature does in winter, it hibernates. I think as human beings, we need to find a way to allow that slowing down in the northern hemisphere, at least over these months, instead of continuing to expect that with less sunlight and less energy, we're going to be able to maintain that we maintain in the summertime when we have loads of sunlight and lots of things that we can do outdoors. Right? So when people they wake up in the dark, they go to work, they come back in the dark. No wonder people get depressed, lethargic, ill in the winter months.
What I love about Megan's perspective is how it reframes winter as a season of possibility, rather than something to push through. Her words remind me that rest and reflection are not weaknesses, they're strengths. Winter allows us to step back, reflect on what's working in our lives, and let go of what isn't. For me, this reflective energy aligns perfectly with the start of a new year. I've been thinking about how to approach the season with intentionality, focusing on small acts of self-care that feel supportive, things like taking more baths, journaling, or just embracing the stillness. This brings me to something I've been practicing lately, adjusting my expectations to match the season I'm in. I'll share more about that in a moment, but first let's explore how winter can guide not only our personal wellness, but also how we show up for our families and loved ones. Let's talk about the seasons of life and their influence on wellness and parenting. Our lives move through seasons, much like the cycles of nature, and each season brings its own energy, focus, and challenges. Understanding these seasons can help us make sense of where we are right now and guide how we approach wellness, parenting, and even our relationships with ourselves and others. Spring is a time of renewal and growth. It's when you feel energized and ready to start new projects, build new habits, or explore fresh opportunities. Parenting during spring might feel like planting seeds, introducing new routines, encouraging curiosity, and fostering creativity in your family. A morning routine for your children to help you get them out the door on time. It's free. It's on my website, wellnessinEverySeason.com. You'll find it there. Summer is a season of flourishing and productivity. It's a time when you have the energy to execute big plans, embrace outdoor activities, and celebrate milestones, bigger energy. Parenting summer can be about adventure, connection, and creating joyful memories. Autumn, or fall, invites reflection and release. It's a season of harvesting the results of your efforts and letting go of what no longer serves you. As parents, this might mean reevaluating routines, celebrating progress, or simplifying commitments. Honestly, that's even as employees, as bosses, as it doesn't even need to be parents. But you understand where I'm going. Winter, as we've touched on, is about rest, introspection, and nurturing. It's a slower, quieter time for restoration. In parenting, winter might involve offering extra comfort, creating cozy routines, or simply being present for your children during this more reflective season. Especially because, as Megan was saying, it makes sense that we are more ill during this time of year because this is the rest. And sometimes we end up getting sick. When we're not actually contagious, it's our body being like, nope, we're done. You're not resting. We need to do. So keep that in mind. We also need more sleep during this time. Each season has its own beauty and challenges. The key is learning to honor the season you're in and adjusting your expectations accordingly. Don't power through or you will get sick, and not the contagious kind. Problems often arise when we try to push summer level energy during a personal winter. I caught myself trying to do that and had to, nope, this is my unplug time. Or when we resist the growth opportunities that spring brings because we're afraid of change. I've been there too, so you're not the only one. So let's bring it back to parenting and wellness just for a second. Parenting and wellness don't exist in a vacuum. They're deeply connected to the seasons of life that you're in. In spring, you might find yourself energized to try new things with your family, like introducing healthier habits or exploring new routines. In summer, it might feel easier to take on more physical activities, like bigger commitments, gardening. But when you're in autumn or winter, you may need to slow down, simplify, and focus on what truly matters. I'm going to mention her again about this idea, and she offers such a meaningful perspective on how recognizing your season can transform the way you care for yourself and your family. Let's hear her thoughts. And this is Megan reflecting on how each season invites us to approach parenting and wellness with intention and alignment. So let's take a listen.
Taking a break, saying no to certain things, making space in their day for, I'm just going to rest now instead of the go, go, go. And recognizing that when spring hits, everything is renewed. There's lots of energy, and you take that into the summer and you have this abundant energy. So plan your year accordingly to the energies that are available to you from the earth and from the cycles that we're in. It would be a very different approach.
What I love about Megan's perspective, how it encourages us to release the pressure to be in a constant state of productivity. Life is cylindrical. When we learn to live in harmony with our season, we can make choices that feel more natural and fulfilling. For example, when I'm in a spring season, I feel inspired to try new things, both personally and as a parent and as a wellness connoisseur. But during autumn or winter, I've learned to prioritize reflection and rest, which helps me show up more fully for my family, for my wellness, for my clients. It's about recognizing where you are and giving yourself permission to live in alignment with that. Let's talk about discovering your season during this mindfulness practice. We're going to take a moment to pause and connect with ourselves. This mindfulness practice is about listening to your body, your energy, and your emotions to discover which season of life you're in. Because sometimes we don't connect with it. Wherever you are, whether you're sitting in a quiet space or multitasking while listening, you can adopt this practice to fit your moment. We're going to begin with breath and connection. Start by placing one hand gently on your heart and the other on your belly. Feel the warmth and connection of your hands as you settle into this moment. Now take a deep breath in and slowly let it out. Let's do that again. Breathe in deeply, feeling your chest and belly expand. And exhale, releasing any tension. One more time. Inhale, feeling the breath flow in. And exhale, letting your shoulders relax. When you're ready, consider what feels most natural for your hands. Up, down, keep them here, put them in your lap, whatever. You might place them gently on your lap with your palms up, inviting openness and receptivity. Or you might prefer to keep your palms down, grounding yourself and creating a sense of stability. Trust your intuition and choose whatever feels most comfortable to you. Now we're going to focus on tuning into your body. Now gently shift your focus inward. Ask yourself, how does my body feel today? Do I feel energized, like I'm ready to take on new challenges? Or do I feel tired, like I need rest and nourishment? Are there any areas of tension, discomfort, or ease? As you breathe, feel the rise and fall of your belly under your hand, if your hand is still there. Let yourself simply notice what comes up without judgment. Your body often holds the clues to what you need. That is what I've learned through working with my somatics coach. Now we're going to reflect on energy. So turn your attention to your energy. Ask yourself, am I in a season of growth, like spring, where I feel inspired to plant seeds for the future? Do I feel productive like summer, with the energy to flourish and achieve? Am I in the season of reflection like winter, where I'm evaluating what's working and letting go of what isn't? Or do I feel the need for rest? I think cozy, like winter, craving simplicity and self-care. As you reflect, notice how your breath feels under your hand. If it's still on your heart. Is it slow and calm or steady and full of energy? Let your breath guide you to your answer, no matter where your hands are. Don't worry about that part. Whatever season you're in is exactly where you're meant to be now. Go back to emotions. Gently explore your emotions. Ask yourself, what feelings are present for me right now? Do I feel a sense of excitement and possibility, or am I feeling calm and introspective? Are there any feelings I've been avoiding or holding on to that need my attention? Allow your hand on your heart to remind you of your connection to yourself. Sit with whatever comes up, knowing that it's okay to feel what you feel. Now we're going to set an intention. As you begin to recognize your season, consider setting a small intention to honor where you are. Ask yourself, what do I need most in this season? How can I give myself permission to embrace this moment in my life, whether it's one of rest, growth, or something in between? Take a deep breath, holding that intention in your heart, and release it gently with your exhale. As you return to the present, take another deep breath in and let it out slowly. Gently lower your hands when you're ready. Remind yourself that your season will change, just as the seasons in nature, but for now, you're exactly where you need to be. Whether you feel uncertain or out of alignment, come back to this practice. It's a simple way to reconnect with yourself and discover what your mind, body, and spirit need. Now we are going to be talking about preparing for and embracing the energy of spring. Spring is a season of renewal, growth, and possibility. It's a time when everything begins to awaken after the quiet stillness of winter. Kind of think of the Whomping Willow in Harry Potter, shaking off all that snow and then the buds come out. The trees start budding, flowers begin to bloom, and the days grow longer and brighter. In our personal lives, spring mirrors this energy. It's when we feel inspired to start something new, plant seeds for the future, and take the first steps towards growth and change. But it's important to remember that our personal seasons don't always match the seasons outside. My window's here, so that's why I'm pointing here. Just because it's spring on the calendar doesn't mean you're in a spring season in your life. You might feel like you're still in winter, needing rest and reflection, or perhaps you're in an autumn season, letting go of things that no longer serve you. But we also don't move through our seasons in a neat, predictable cycle. Isn't that a big deal to realize? Sometimes we quickly shift from one season to another. You might feel like you're in a spring season for your career, planting seeds for growth, while in your personal life, you're in an autumn season, reflecting on relationships or letting go of commitments. These shifts are natural and part of the ebb and flow of life, preparing for spring in winter. To fully embrace the energy of spring when it comes, it helps to prepare during winter. Winter is a time for reflection, rest, and clearing space for what's to come. Just as a farmer prepares their soul during the dormant months, we can use winter to let go of what's no longer serving us and think about what we want to create in the next season. So ask yourself, what habits, commitments, or thought patterns do I need to release to make room for growth? What dreams or goals have been quietly forming in the back of my mind? How can I nurture myself now so I have the energy to grow when spring arrives? Preparing for spring doesn't mean rushing ahead. It means honoring the season you're in now, allowing yourself to rest and reflect, so you're ready to embrace the energy of growth. So now we're going to talk about thriving in the energy of summer. Summer is a season of abundance, action, momentum, when everything feels alive with energy, and the seeds you planted earlier in the year are beginning to grow and thrive. In your personal life, summer often brings a sense of confidence and clarity, where you feel motivated to take bold steps and embrace the opportunities around you. But with this heightened energy comes a need for discernment. Summer's excitement can tempt us to take on too much, chase new opportunities before finishing what we started, or lose sight of the dreams and goals we set in earlier seasons. Learning to balance, staying aligned with readjusting when needed is key to thriving during this time. When to stay aligned with goals and dreams. Summer is the perfect season to double down on the goals and dreams that matter most to you. The energy of the season supports consistent action and helps you build momentum. If you've been working on something meaningful, summer is the time to keep going, nurturing the seeds you planted in spring and staying focused on the outcomes you envisioned. Ask yourself, is this goal still aligned with my values and what I truly want? Am I seeing progress that motivates me to keep going forward? Does working on this goal feel energizing even when it's challenging? If the answer is yes, the summer is your season to stay the course. Use the longer days and increased energy to focus on taking small, consistent steps. Remember, you don't need to accomplish everything at once. Summer is about progress, not perfection. Life is about progress, not perfection as well. When to readjust your goals. Even in summer, it's important to recognize when something is no longer serving you. Goals that felt exciting in spring might need to be reevaluated if they no longer align with your priorities, or if pursuing them feels draining instead of fulfilling. Signs it might be time to readjust. The goal feels like a burden rather than an opportunity. It's pulling you away from what's truly important, like your family, well-being, or other priorities. I've been there. You've gained new insights that make the original goal less relevant or meaningful. I've been there too. Readjusting doesn't mean giving up. It means being intentional about how you use your energy. Sometimes letting go of one goal creates space for something better to grow. Let's talk about shiny object syndrome and how to avoid it. With the high energy of summer, it's easy to fall into the trap of shiny object syndrome, jumping from one exciting idea to another without finishing what you've started. Have you been there? I have. You're not alone. While summer invites exploration, it's important to be mindful of distractions that pull you away from your core goals. Here's how to stay focused. Revisit your priorities. Regularly check in with your goals to make sure they're still aligned with your bigger dreams. This keeps you grounded when new opportunities arise. Pause before committing. If a new idea or opportunity catches your attention, take a moment to reflect. Ask yourself, does this support the direction I'm heading, or is it a distraction? Finish what you start. Before diving into something new, focus on completing the projects or goals you've already committed to. I have to remind myself of this too, don't worry. Progress builds confidence and keeps you motivated. It's okay to explore new ideas, but make sure they're in service of your larger vision, not just fleeting excitement. How to embrace summer. To thrive in summer, balance action with alignment. Summer is about doing, but it's also about being present, celebrating progress, and making sure your energy is focused on what matters most. Here's how to make the most of this season. Prioritize what's important. Choose 2 to 3 key areas to focus on so you don't spread yourself too thin. Celebrate your wins. Acknowledge milestones no matter how small. Celebration fuels motivation and helps you appreciate the journey. Create boundaries. Protect your energy by saying no to distractions or commitments that don't align with your priorities. Schedule rest. Even in summer, taking breaks is essential. Rest helps you sustain your energy and avoid burnout. Summer offers a unique opportunity to connect deeply with your family, whether it's through outdoor adventures, family traditions, or simply being present for your kids. Summer is a time to create joyful memories while staying intentional about your own goals. Summer reminds us of the beauty of momentum and the power of focused action, but it's also a season to practice discernment. By staying aligned with your goals, knowing when to readjust, and avoiding shiny object syndrome, you can make the most of the season's energy while staying true to what matters most. So as you reflect on your summer season, ask yourself, what goals or dreams am I committed to nurturing right now? Are there any distractions or adjustments I need to make to stay aligned? How can I celebrate my progress and enjoy the journey of this season? Summer is an invitation to thrive, not just in what you accomplish, but how you feel as you move through this season. Allow yourself to flourish while staying grounded in what truly matters. Here's our life hack section. This is the 2-minute rule for staying aligned in summer. If you're feeling pulled in too many directions this summer, try the 2-minute rule to stay aligned. And this is your summer season, not summer in general. Here's how it works. When a new idea, task, or opportunity comes your way, pause and ask yourself 2 questions. Does this align with my current goals and season? Will it help me move forward, or is it just a distraction? If the answer is no, gently set it aside for now. This quick check-in helps you avoid shiny object syndrome and stay focused on what truly matters. And that is the end of our life hack section. How's that for easy? Now we're going to talk about reflecting and releasing the season of fall. Fall is a season of transition and transformation, a time to reflect on what you've accomplished. Celebrate your growth and release what no longer serves you. In nature, fall is when the trees let go of their leaves, making space for rest and renewal in winter. In our personal lives, fall offers a similar invitation to pause, evaluate, and prepare for the next chapter. But fall isn't just about letting go, it's also a season of harvest. It's when we look back at what we've planted and nurtured and celebrate the progress we've made, no matter how big or small. Fall is about finding balance, honoring what's working while releasing what isn't. That's my favorite part about fall. What's working, honor that, release the rest. So let's talk more about what fall looks like. When you're in a fall season, fall might feel slower, more introspective, and a little bittersweet. It is a time for reflection where you take stock of what you've achieved and what still needs your attention. It's also a time to simplify, clearing away distractions and unnecessary commitments so you can focus on what truly matters. It makes sense that this is my favorite season, right? Autumn, fall. Anyway, in fall, you might notice a pull towards gratitude and closure. It's a season for wrapping things up, celebrating milestones, and letting go of what no longer aligns with your goals or values. For example, in wellness, fall might involve re-evaluating routines or habits to see what's been working and what needs to change. It could also mean prioritizing restorative practices like yoga, stretching, or mindfulness. In parenting, fall might be a time to reflect on your family's routines, let go of activities that create unnecessary stress, and focus on quality time together. In personal growth, this season invites you to celebrate the progress you've made while gently letting go of old goals or plans that no longer resonate. Let's talk about how to embrace fall. To fully embrace fall, allow yourself to slow down and approach the season with intention. Fall isn't about rushing or achieving, it's about creating space for reflection and release. Here's how to embrace fall in your life. Reflect on your progress. Take time to look back on what you've accomplished so far this year. Celebrate your wins, no matter how small, and acknowledge the effort you've put in. Let go of what no longer serves you, whether it's a habit, a commitment, or even a mindset. Season to release what's weighing you down. Simplify your priorities. Fall is a great time to focus on what's most important. Streamline your commitments and give yourself permission to say no to things that don't align with your values. Practice gratitude. Spend time reflecting on what you're thankful for. This practice can ground you and help you embrace the abundance of the season. And it is one thing that I give to all of my coaching clients is let's work on your gratitude. Parenting fall might involve creating cozy routines that foster connection, like family dinners, bedtime stories, or evening gratitude practices. I love doing this with my kids. It's also a wonderful time to teach your children the value of reflection and letting go, whether it's through seasonal traditions like decluttering or simple conversations about gratitude. Fall is the season to refine and recalibrate your goals. While summer is about action and momentum, fall invites you to slow down and evaluate what's working and what isn't. So ask yourself, are my current goals still aligned with my values and priorities? What can I let go of to create more space and focus on what matters most? What small adjustments can I make to set myself up for success in the next season? For example, if you've been working toward a big project, fall might be the time to reflect on your progress. Celebrate how far you've come and make any necessary tweaks to your plan. If your focus has been on personal wellness, the season could involve shifting from high-intensity activities to more restorative ones, like gentle movement or mindfulness practices. In parenting, fall might be a time to reassess family routines and let go of activities that create unnecessary stress, making space for more meaningful connections. Remember, letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means making room for what truly matters. Fall teaches us that by releasing what no longer serves us, we create the space and energy to nurture the things that do. Fall is a season of gratitude, reflection, and release, offering us the chance to pause and honor the journey we've been on. It reminds us that growth isn't just about adding more, it's about knowing when to let go. As you reflect on your own season, ask yourself, what am I ready to go to make space for what matters most? How can I celebrate the progress I've made so far? What small adjustments can I make to align my life with my values and priorities? Fall is a beautiful reminder that life is circular, and every season begins with its own lessons and opportunities. By embracing the reflective and releasing nature of fall, you set yourself up for greater clarity, balance, and peace as you move into the next phase of your journey. Here are 10 coaching questions and 3 affirmations. I really liked the affirmations last time, so we're going to keep that for a bit. Tied to the themes of seasons, reflection, and growth. What season of life am I in right now? And how does it influence my energy and priorities? What do I feel most drawn to in this season? Rest, growth, reflection, or letting go? What goals or dreams feel aligned with my current season, and which ones feel like they need to wait? What habits, commitments, or mindsets am I ready to release in this season? How can I nurture myself to align with the energy I currently have? What seeds can I plant now that will grow in the seasons to come? Where in my life do I feel most energized, and how can I build on that momentum? What small adjustments can I make to bring more balance and harmony into my daily life? How can I celebrate my progress and honor the work I've already done? What does success look like for me in the season? And how can I redefine it to fit my current needs? And here are the affirmations. I honor the season I am in and trust that it is guiding me towards growth and renewal. I give myself permission to release what no longer serves me and embrace what nurtures my soul. I am exactly where I need to be, and I trust the timing of my life. Take these questions and affirmations with you as tools for reflection and empowerment. They can help you reconnect with your purpose and take aligned steps towards the life you're working to create. You can find these questions written out in the transcripts on my website at wellnessinEverySeason.com/podcast/transcripts for easy reference. Take your time with them and don't feel pressured to answer all at once. This is your journey. These questions are here to guide you, spark reflection, and help you take those first small steps towards uncovering your unique life purpose. As we wrap up this episode, I hope you gained a deeper understanding of the seasons of life and how they influence your energy, priorities, and well-being. Each season, spring, summer, fall, and winter, brings its own unique opportunities for growth, reflection, and renewal. By recognizing the season you're in, you can align your goals, habits, and mindset with the natural rhythm of your life, creating greater harmony and purpose. We've explored how winter invites rest and introspection, how spring offers renewal and growth, how summer encourages action and thriving, and how fall reminds us to reflect and let go. Each season teaches us valuable lessons and reminds us that life is a circle full of beginnings, progress, and opportunities to reset. Wherever you find yourself today, remember that your season is valid and meaningful. Trust that you're exactly where you need to be and that each season is preparing you for the next step in your journey. If you're ready to work with me one-on-one or explore my programs, visit wellnessinEverySeason.com. I love to help you find clarity and purpose in your life. Thank you for being a part of this incredible journey with me. Here's to embracing your purpose, living intentionally, and finding wellness in every season of life. Until next time, take care of yourself and keep moving toward the life you're meant to live. Thank you for joining me on Wellness in Every Season. Take time to relax, heal, and be present. Next week, we will be talking with Lily Bruley about her 13-step process to help you enjoy dating. So many of us get stuck on the I hate dating, I'm not finding the right person, blah train. She's going to guide us through this. So tune in next week. Thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. I am your host, Autumn Carter, a certified life coach dedicated to empowering individuals to rediscover their identity, find balance amidst chaos, strengthen relationships, and pursue their dreams. My goal is to help people thrive in every aspect of their lives. I hope today's discussion inspired you and offered valuable insights. Stay engaged with our wellness community by signing up for my newsletter at wellnessinEverySeason.com/free resources. When you join, you'll have the option to receive a 5-day guide called Awaken and Unwind. 5 days to mastering your mornings and evenings, along with free guides, special offers on my programs, practical tips, personal stories, and much more, all related to wellness, by signing up for both offers on the page. Don't miss out on these valuable resources designed to help you thrive in every area of wellness. Join today and start your journey to wellness in every season. Your shares, subscriptions, and reviews help us reach more people seeking empowerment. So please spread the word about our podcast and about our newsletter. Thank you for being a part of our podcast community. I look forward to continuing our conversation, sharing stories, and exploring wellness in all of its aspects. Take care until our next episode. You can also work with me one-on-one or on demand through one of my programs by visiting wellnessinEverySeason.com/programs. One last thing to cover the show legally. I am a certified life coach giving general advice. So think of this more as a self-help book. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed therapist, so this podcast shouldn't be taken as a replacement for professional guidance from a doctor or therapist. If you want personal one-on-one coaching from a certified life and parenting coach, go to my website, wellnessinEverySeason.com. That's where you can get personalized coaching from me for you. See you in next week's episode. One last thing to cover this show legally. I am a certified life coach giving general advice. So think of this more like a self-help book. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a licensed therapist, so this podcast shouldn't be taken as a replacement for professional guidance from a doctor, therapist, or any other qualified expert. If you want personal one-on-one coaching from a certified coach, go to my website at wellnessinEverySeason.com. That's where you can get personalized coaching from me. See you in next week's episode.